All right, sorry, there was a little bit of a... there we
wanted to audition lots of different people for all different roles, but they got me in for Henry, and then they said, actually, you're more of a Hans, actually. So this is the audition that got me the role in Kingdom Come.
So he
Deliverance.
went there.
Here we go.
My name's Luke Dale. I'm 6'1". I'm 23, and I trained at the Guildhall School of Music and Drama.
I was young, guys. 23. Do you know what I do to be that young and thin?
Found the keys, but someone else has them. The Herb Woman. She found you in the creek in the morning and wanted to teach you a lesson.
What? I'll make that old crone pay for it.
Wait. She's willing to give them back to you, but she wants to make you a...
That sounded like Henry, the other guy, right? Always drinking champagne, and I said, "Oh, that's water. Come on."
Come and apologise to her in person.
What? Not a chance. Are you mad?
Just go and apologise to the poor old woman. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? You're supposed to be setting people an example.
Have you forgotten who you're talking to, lad?
I have not. But don't you forget, I can tell everyone in the village a fine yarn about how the drunken bailiff fell in the creek and how an old crone got the better of him.
That's pretty good.
Hey, you!
Yes, sir. How may I be of service to you, Grace?
Tell me, fellow, where can I find an inn in this...
It was a cold.
I love it. That's really cool. These are some great... So he really put himself into situations like that, even though it was not really a movie, but more like mocap. But he's got the presence, and the voice sounds very believable as well. I'm impressed. I love this. This is awesome. Look, if you're watching this, thank you so much for sharing that. That is awesome.
Day. It was a cold day. That's all I'm gonna say.
godforsaken place.
Well, there's one not too far from here, but you have to go back to the crossroads and take the path through the woods. I'd be glad to show you.
Oh, very well, lead on.
Sir, may I ask where you've come from?
From Doncaster.
Doncaster. I see. I have cousins there.
Doncaster.
It seems like he did though. It seems like he's improvising at the same time. But I love this. It's hard to keep that face, that serious face, stay in character like that. That it's hard. It's much harder than it seems.
Just played Kingdom Come Deliverance. Have you ever been to Doncaster? No, I think they had to swap out words because they didn't want anyone to know what the game was about. So when you're auditioning, it's all NDA and like no one wants you to know anything about it and like spoil anything for anyone.
Yeah, so you don't know. They don't know anything.
So
Right?
I think they swapped out Doncaster for Ratai or whatever.
Pray tell, what news of Doncaster?
Oh, nothing much. It's rather a dull town.
Ah, dull, is it? Yeah, nothing to do there, I suppose, except rob the bodies of the slain.
Watch your tongue, boy. That's no way to speak to a noble.
Noble? You, sir, have as much nobility as the carrion crow that feeds on the carcasses of the dead. You, sir, are nothing but filthy murdering swine. Now get down here and face me like a man.
Oh, yeah, so he was indeed playing as Henry. Yeah, he definitely sounds more like Hans
If a
Kepler.
cur like you can be called a man,
Very
I will
serious.
cut your black heart from your chest and feed it to your brothers, the scavengers.
And the thing that Dan has always said, which is a little bit of behind the scenes for you, is when I've asked him, why did you cast me? Out of all the people that you saw, why was it me? And he always says the same thing. He was like, we saw loads of tapes. Mm-hmm. We saw hundreds of tapes of Henry and Hans, and to be honest, you and Tom were the only ones that really truly understood what the scene that we sent was about. It was funny. It was meant to be funny, especially that first one. Particularly that is meant to be light-hearted, and apparently some of the other people just took it too dramatically and too seriously, and he was like, we just knew you were right for it. That's that.
So and you can tell because I've been watching a lot of Luke Dale's content, and he seems like a light-hearted gentleman, I would say. He's always laughing, always seems in good mood or making jokes, and that's what the creators of Kingdom Come want, right? It's because the ambience of the game is the Middle Ages, it's lots of very bloody, but at the same time, people were still living their own lives at that time, and they had to find a way to enjoy themselves despite all of the hardships, and so they probably needed some actors who who understood that feeling and perhaps were expressing that to a greater extent in their lives as well.
But I
Perhaps
also want to
that's
share
what makes it
this.
work.
This is pretty mad. Basically, the backstory here is, and I don't even think Warhorse know this. But basically, when I was trying to do the tape, and you have to do self tapes these days, so you record yourself during the audition. One of my absolutely dearest best friends was helping me film the tape. For some reason, I just found him hilarious that day. I just found his face really funny that day. He's trying to be serious, but the more serious he is, the funnier I found him. So this is the blooper reel that I just could not get through the scene.
So that's how he got the part, because the guy who's filming him is making him somewhat laugh. Okay.
Yes, sir. How may I be of service to your grace?
And I promise,
Fellow, where shall
I
find
am-
this godforsaken place?
I am professional. I am a professional.
As the carrion crow that feeds on the carcasses of the dead.
I couldn't get through it.
Try again. We do it. I'm gonna fucking.
Oh yeah, you have to do it so many times. You have to do the take so many times. It's really hard when you get, first or second take.
I could not do it.
You know what? Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Just read it. Hey, you.
All right, this is awesome. I love those videos behind the scenes, how to make it there. Cool, that was cool. Some really good piece of information there on how he got the part, and perhaps if you are an aspiring voice actor, that's also going to be very useful for you as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll have a lot of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on the channel, playthroughs, reacts, so make sure to subscribe if you're into Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I'll see you guys in the next one.